My 4,301 emergency cash banished from a textbook. If you blame a friend first, you can wreck the relationship, so verify first. I checked at 12:40 after lunch and the 1,001 bills were gone. First, I screenshot the exact page, then emptied my bag to rule out a simple slip. Nothing was in my bag or on the floor, so I checked whether the book ever left my hands. Inside the cover, there was a borrow note saying taken for period 3 materials. A note alone was not enough, so I checked the copier area too. The usage log showed 3 scans right before period 3, and the page numbers matched my textbook. I did not accuse anyone. I showed the evidence and asked quietly. 1,001 bills were found, folded inside the teacher folder, and the fold matched where I tucked them. The cause was the book being carried folded, so the cash slipped and got trapped with papers. The fix was calmly checking with the borrow note and copier log, and my tip is to leave a 1-line note and take 1 photo. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. Our school uniform model was the quiet kid in my class. And if you do not verify it, gossip can snowball into real trouble at school. His face was right on the hallway poster. So I opened the school notice and checked the post titled Promotional Shoot Participant List. The list did not show a full name, only initials, and the footer said Companion Check, 1 management staff member, which felt way too specific to be a rumor. To be sure, I asked our homeroom teacher quietly, and the attendance system had repeated entries saying early leave reason, external activity practice. In the end, I asked him directly. I sent a message saying, "Is that you on the poster?" And he replied that he is a trainee, so he kept things quiet at school. The cause was labeling someone just because they are quiet. And the fix was saving the notice line and attendance reason to stop the rumor with proof. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. For 5 straight days, the chalkboard quote in our class matched the last line of my diary. If I ignored it, people could easily think I said those words out loud. So at 9:40 that night, I ended my diary with a bait line about folding a blue umbrella at the end of the hall. Before first period, I photographed the board, and the same umbrella line was there. To rule out coincidence, I tucked a tiny receipt slip inside the back cover and set the band to open left. At 12:30 lunch break, the slip was gone and the band faced the other way, which meant someone had opened it. Now I needed to narrow it down, so I captured the board duty chart and matched it against all 5 dates. Every quote day landed in the same week, and the same morning duty name kept appearing. For the last check, I wrote a strange line about a cracked pencil cap before dawn and entered class 8 minutes early. The board already had cracked pencil cap on it, and that classmate was closing my desk drawer with a notebook in hand. In the end, that classmate had been searching my diary before homeroom for impressive lines to use on the board, and I showed the teacher the dated photos, duty chart, and bait sentence. We switched my storage to a lock file, and I stopped leaving the diary at school, so if this happens, save date stamp photos before confronting anyone. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When a school rooftop door stays locked, people start with ghost rumors first. And if no one checks, even the escape route gets misunderstood. At first, people said someone knocked on that door at night, but the maintenance sheet already listed poor door closing during last month's check. So instead of staring at the handle, they checked the hinge side first, and each close made the top jerk while the gap opened about a finger joint. The rumor grew because a heavy clank echoed 3 times on rainy days. But it was not the wind. It was the sagging door hitting the frame again and again. The key proof was the repair request. It said upper hinge worn and access restriction needed, which showed the lock was a temporary safety step, not a scare tactic. In the end, the cause was not a ghost scare but an old hinge, and the school solved it by blocking access until replacement and posting a clear notice. If this happens near you, check the inspection sheet and repair record before trusting rumors. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. The envelope I got on graduation day did not hold cash. It held 3 years of my write-ups, and ignoring that means forgetting why I kept getting in trouble. The stack felt thick, so I set it on the desk and checked the first and last dates. The first page was from my first month at school, and the last one was right before winter break. When I flipped through the middle pages, the same reasons kept showing up, like 3 late arrivals and 2 hallway incidents. They were not copied records, but the original sheets with correction tape still on them. What really got me was the 1-line note the teacher left at the bottom of each page. The early one said my excuses were too long, but the last one said I now wrote solutions before excuses. The teacher said the point was not the trouble I caused, but the proof that I changed. The real cause was my repeated attitude. So keep photos of the first and last pages to see your own shift clearly. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. I bought one bun at the school store. But if your change is $4.31 too high, walking away can turn into a real misunderstanding. So I stopped right there and checked the receipt against the coins in my hand. The receipt said the correct change was 1,101, but I was holding one 500 coin, 6 100 coins, and 3 10-1 coins. That added up to 1,530, so the extra 430 was obvious. I went straight back to the counter, said the change looked wrong, and asked her to check one line on the receipt with me. She glanced at the cash drawer note and retraced the last sale, which was just one bun. Inside the drawer, the 100 section was short and the 10-1 slot was missing 3 coins. When I handed back the 430, she laughed and said the closing cash count would have been off without it. The next day, she gave me a handwritten pass with my name on it and said to bring it whenever I was hungry. The cause was a rushed coin drawer mix-up during break time, and the fix was checking the receipt against the coins right away, so always recheck your change before you take 3 steps. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. If a desk says die on it, you cannot just brush it off. In one class, that kind of note can spread fast and even end up in a report, so you check first. Within a 3-minute break, I took a photo first and checked the desk next to mine. The same black ink showed up in 2 places, and the rounded stroke endings did not look like a rushed threat. It still bothered me, so I brushed off the eraser dust and checked the direction of the writing again. From the right side, the letters broke into something closer to fish porridge, so I flipped the photo and checked it. The real clue was the lunch board. The special menu line had a fish porridge style dish on it, and the top of my friend's notebook said, "Let us eat it today," in the same pen. In the end, the cause was a friend scribbling from the opposite side of my seat and reading it backward as a joke, so I compared the photo, direction, and handwriting before wiping it off. If this happens, save one screenshot first and check the writing direction before reacting, because that alone can stop a huge misunderstanding. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. This is the story of the last-ranked student jumping to the top tier in the final exam. If you miss the method, your study hours grow but scores stay the same. The first report card showed rank last in the whole school. But on the desk, there were 43 past exam books stacked in a tall pile. The method was simple: solve 50 past exam questions each day, and copy every wrong question into a notebook to memorize it. After about 3 weeks, something strange happened. The mock exam showed question types almost identical to the ones already memorized. The real reason was repetition. After memorizing 43 past exam books, the patterns in questions became obvious. So the key was not a special method, but the volume of repetition. Start now by solving 20 past exam questions again today. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe.